Hi makeup fans, back again with another review. Today it's Hourglass Modernist eyeshadow palette. I bought 3 of these palettes a while back and I've already reviewed a couple of them. This is the last one, monochrome. It's all pinks and a little bit of purple. So that's what I have on today. And I also picked up a NYX blush. Now these are not new, but I just picked this one up today though. It's called Chiffon, and it is a pretty mauve. I have that on today. So I wanted to talk about those with you. Also, Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. I have that on today, or at least the highlight part of it. And I also want to talk to you today about some things I have tried out in the store and I've swatched and I do not like. So I didn't end up buying them. Obviously, I have nothing to show you, but I can tell you what I've tried out and what I have not liked lately. So these Hourglass palettes are kind of very small for as expensive as they are. This is how big they are. They're not that big. They've usually got 5 colors in them, and it sort of has a rippled, wavy effect to it, which I'll tell you about it while I'm showing you my makeup video. I don't know if I like the wavy effect in there. But anyway, this one is all mattes except for this one color here, which is a bit of a satin. It's definitely not a shimmer. It's just more of a bit of a satin. So I tried that out today, and I'll tell you all about that. And I'm going to sort of lay down a light layer of this middle color here. It's a matte pink, and I mean it is pink, like pigmented, seriously pigmented. And I finally got my little mirror right here so that I can do, and man, oh, it's awesome. So I can do my makeup right here, and you guys can see me putting it on. I'm not going to cake this on real heavy because it's kind of a little pigmented, and I want to put a shine, sort of like a shimmery color on top of it. And I want the shimmer to kind of take over. I don't want the color of the underneath to be too crazy. I'm going to put this pretty shimmery pink champagne sort of right here, this second one. And I'm going to pat that on, I think, with a patty kind of brush. It's not really shimmer. This is more of a satin, I guess. But it has a gleam to it. And that underneath color is definitely matte. Now I'm going to put in the crease this matte lavender. And I'm just going to lightly crease that. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm going to try not to. This is definitely, the colors on this are nice and soft. They are going right into your brush. I think I'm going to do it all kind of just soft, not too intense. Color is not showing just a whole lot of pigment. It's just kind of there, just barely there. Of course, it is a very light lavender, but it's not showing much pigment. So I'm continuing to heap it on and see if that helps. Kind of in a hurry tonight. I'm getting ready to go to my son's school play. I'm going to highlight just a little. I'm not going to go too wide with the highlight, and this is just a real flat vanilla color right here. I love this little mirror. Have I mentioned that I love my little mirror? I don't think I have. I don't think you've quite got the idea yet. A corner, and I'm going to do a corner in this deepest plum up here. It's sort of a satin, almost, barely. And I'm going to pull some of that up into my crease since my crease is not all that visible on with this color, with the lavender I put in there earlier. This is definitely probably going to be a pretty soft eye for me. Overall, not just a whole lot of color going on, not a whole lot of pigment, but we'll see how it looks once I line and everything. I'm gonna, what do you call it, blend, duh. Okay, I'm putting my concealer on, and I wanted to tell you how much I am loving, how much of a difference this Laura Mercier. I know I did a review where I compared the Laura Mercier Secret Setting Powder with e.l.f.'s under eye setting powder, and I just want to tell you, and I concluded at the end of that e.l.f. was okay, you know, and the Laura Mercier was not worth spending all that money on. But let me just tell you, I kind of rethought that, and I went back and I've started using the Laura Mercier setting under eye setting powder. It's called Secret something or other. Started using the Secret Brightening Powder by Laura Mercier, and oh my god, okay, it brightens. It number one brightens. At number two, even with my creamy concealers, it is setting it, and they're not going anywhere. So I kind of am taking it back, taking back what I said about the Laura Mercier and the e.l.f. being comparable, because they're really not. I mean, it's so brightening, and I think that's what's responsible for holding my concealer so well the last several times I've had on makeup. It's not that the concealers have changed. I still love my Naked Skin. I think it's a good stay all day concealer, but I think a lot of it is that setting powder is just doing a fantastic job. So I'm going to see if I can line under my eyes with the deepest plum in the corner here. This palette is a little strange, or these palettes in general. They kind of have a wave pattern to them. See the ripples? And that can be kind of annoying when you are trying to pick color up from them on a brush, because you've got all these dips and stuff, and it's like you get color on one part of the brush and not much on the other. And I realize it's cute and pretty to have the kind of wave pattern in there, but it's a little difficult to deal with sometimes. And this color is actually going on pretty well as a liner. Wasn't sure if it was going to. So I think I'll just do a black gel liner, and then I might go back over it with a purple pencil or something. I have a really neat, but I don't think it's going to work in this situation. I have a really neat purple pencil, but it's got sort of pink sparkle in it, and I don't really want to go there right now. Yeah, I went crazy on the contour. I just, I dipped it and I didn't even brush it off, and I just went psh, psh. So we'll be fixing that momentarily. But I wanted to show you the new blush I got today. It's from NYX. This is actually not a new blush. It's new to me. NYX, it's a baked blush. This one is called Chiffon, and it's a sort of iridescent-y, pink, but it's got a purplish cast to it, or maybe a brown cast, I don't know. I'm going to try this one out today because it just looks like my kind of color. It's kind of That's kind of nice. It's kind of subtle. It reminds me of a Chanel blush that I have that is just my favorite purplish, pinkish, what do you call it? Metallic-y blush. And when I put on blush, I put on a ton, and contour and highlight, because I'm going to go back and blend it up with my, blend it through, and I don't want it to all just disappear. So that's why I put so much on. It's pretty. It reminds me of this Chanel blush. Let me show you my favorite Chanel blush. Not really the same color, but there's some kind of similarity there. Let's see, it's dusty. It is called Accent. And see, they're similar. This one's pinker, this one's browner, but there's a similarity there. This is my favorite purplish blush. So I picked this up the other day, Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. This one is number 1. I think it's supposed to be like light to medium skin, and then they have a number 2 that's medium to dark. I'm not real thrilled with the contour color on the bottom. It is orange. Just orange. Anyway, I picked it up mainly for this highlight. It is just metallic, pinkish gold, and I'm going to put that on right now. I'm very excited about it. These are kind of, it feels kind of hard. It doesn't feel powdery. So I think you probably are going to have to really kind of put some pressure to get a lot on your brush. Oh, I like it. Look at that. Look at the iridescence. Whoa, pretty. It's a pink iridescent. Can you see it? Love it. So overall impression, I don't know if it's really, this is really a palette that you need to rush out and get or anything. I think if you have the Naked 3, which, you know, most of us have that because it's so beautiful. If you have the Naked 3, you're probably not missing anything by not getting this palette. They weren't, some of these colors were not terribly pigmented or not grabbing on to my eye very well. You know, okay pigmentation and definitely very soft. I would say the colors are kind of quite too similar to get a whole lot of definition out of your eye in it. It's an okay palette, but for the price, I think you can do better. Okay, so if my makeup is looking kind of tired right now, it's because it's been on for several hours. I put it on this afternoon, and then I went out. I've been out this evening. I've done several things, went to dinner and all that. And I wanted to show you, the only touch-up I've really done is to my blush and highlight because it was getting kind of faded. I wanted to show you how this concealer is kind of acting up on me these days. I love this Tarte Maracuja Miracle Found Sealer because it actually matches my skin tone, which is like impossible to find. But I've noticed as I wear it, even with my primer, it starts to disintegrate. I don't know if you can see under here, it has sort of separated or come apart. It's not really covering me very well as on my nose. So it's not really holding up that well. So this NYX blush I really like. This one is called Chiffon. It's a sort of an iridescent-y, it's got a shimmery iridescence to it. It's a sort of a plummy mauve. And they call it a bronzer and illuminator, blush, bronzer, and illuminator. And I think, I don't know about the bronzer part, but yeah, it's a blush and an illuminator, yeah, because it has a sheen to it. It stayed on okay. I don't really have a whole lot of luck with blushes staying on. Even the Tarte 12-hour ones, I don't know, they just don't stay on very well on me. So this one stayed on okay. The Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo, I did use the highlight today, and I love it. It's such a pretty pink shimmer, not shimmer, but a pink glow, and I really like that. Of course, the contour in here is way too orange. So we're going to give up on the contour, but we will keep this beautiful highlight. because I have gone highlight crazy and I'm collecting highlights left and right now. Okay, makeup I have tried on in the store that has not been working out for me. I tried out the IT Cosmetics Extensions mascara. It says it has melted fibers in it. I tried that out on my actual lashes at Ulta the other day, and I did not like it. There was something about it. First of all, it was blotting on my eyelid, and then I would have little fibers stuck to my eyelid. So I didn't appreciate that. And then it looked like a mascara with fibers stuck in it. I just didn't like it at all. Didn't like it at all. And then I'd also tried the new brow pomade that IT Cosmetics is making that has the supposed melted fibers in it as well. I didn't like that either. I tried that on the back of my hand, and I just don't like fibers. I don't like them. I mean, I know if you want to really build your brow, if you have super thin brows, maybe you want something with fibers in it, but other than that, I just don't like the fibers. Another thing I tried out in the store that I did not like was a Bare Minerals Serum Foundation. That one came out before the Complexion Rescue, and I took home a sample of that from Sephora, the lightest color, and the color was still kind of yellow from what I remember. But what really was shocking to me is I took home one of those little vials, one of those little plastic cups with a lid on it full of that foundation, and it had separated with a bunch of oil on the top. And yes, I shook it up really good because it says on the bottle to shake well. I shook it up really good, and it still had a whole lot of oil floating on top. And when I opened it, it smelled like motor oil, and there was no way I was going to put it on my face. It just stunk like oil. And I'm like, no, there's no way. And I know it probably wasn't an old sample that I took it from in the store. I think that foundation just probably smells like that. I don't know. It scared me, so I didn't like that one either. See you next time. Thanks for watching.